writers, I'm here with Hoppy, and Hoppy has been trying to learn to play fetch, right, Hoppy? Thank you, Hoppy. And you know what? Sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it doesn't. Come, Hoppy! You forgot. Yay, Hoppy! Yay, Hoppy! Writers, did you see what Hoppy did? He tried something at first, it didn't work, but then we kept trying, and finally Hoppy learned. So I wanted you to see that because writing's a little bit like that, right? We try things, and some things we like that we write and some things we don't, and we try it a new way. So let's start writing. I want to show you some things today, writers, about how I try and look at my writing and make some new decisions and say more. Well, I watched Mrs. B's lesson too about how we can make a journal to really capture all the things that are happening to us at this moment. And I tried her strategy of details of your day. And I want to show you a little bit about my first try and then what I did with it, because I think it's one way to look at your writing and reread it and really try and say more. All right, let me share my screen with you. So here's Mrs. B's chart, right? And she had things you can write in your journal, and I chose details of your day. So the first thing I did was I made a schedule of my day, right? I wrote the time and the date, and you can see all the things that I do each day. But when I really looked at this schedule, I thought about, what one moment do I want to put in here? What's important to me? And you know what? It wasn't even on this schedule, right? A lot of times I go outside and I'm like, well, what I really try and do is teach Hoppy and Ranger things for kids to see. And so look at this, writers. So here's what I did. I decided to take one moment that happened this weekend and sort of tell you that, because I felt like, well, if I would write about these moments instead of just everything I did, like sometimes in my journal I could write everything I did, but sometimes I want to just take one moment and really write about it. So watch what I did here. So Hoppy learns to fetch. I filled my pockets with treats, grabbed the mini tennis ball, and headed to the backyard. Hoppy jumped up at my side as soon as he smelled the treats. Do you see what I did there, writers? I tried to kind of show where I was, and I gave a few small actions, like I filled my pockets, grabbed the tennis balls. I slowed down my writing. Let's keep going. Okay, Hoppy, let's learn to fetch. I threw the ball 6 feet away and yelled, "Go get it, Hoppy!" Hoppy sat and stared at my pocket. Like I wanted to show you, like, Hoppy didn't get it the first time, so I put what I said, and then I put what Hoppy did. Now watch, I use dialogue again. Come on, Hoppy, let's get the ball. As I walked towards the ball, Hoppy ran ahead and tackled it. Okay, Hoppy, you can learn this. Right there again, small action and a little dialogue. I threw the ball again. Hoppy ran. He pushed the ball with his nose and ran back to me. Then he sat and stared at my pockets. Close, Hoppy, but not quite. Again, like I could have just written, I played ball with Hoppy, or I taught Hoppy to fetch and he didn't get it. But instead, I slowed it down with small actions and dialogue, and even put a little bit of the setting in where it took place to help. So let me read the end to you. Close, Hoppy, but not quite. Maybe the treats are the problem, I thought. I reached into my top pocket and handed a treat to Hoppy. Then I placed the rest on the railing of the deck. I threw the ball. Fetch, Hoppy. Hoppy ran. He grabbed the ball, tossed it in the air, and caught it again. Then Hoppy raced towards me. You did it! You did it! Now we both headed towards the treats. Do you see, writers, that when we're writing about details of our day or we're telling a story, we want to sort of slow it down and tell what we said and what we did and those small actions, because someday we're going to really want to remember the details of our day, like Mrs. B was saying. And so when we write those details, we want to sort of slow that down. So what I'd love you to do is get your writing right now. After you watch this video, get your writing and sit wherever that quiet space is for you. Maybe that's on your bed, on the couch, at a table, but maybe that's in your yard under a tree, or on a chair on your front porch. And just take a few minutes, reread what you wrote in your journal or in your notebook or on paper, and say, what's one small thing that happened? What's one small moment that I can say a lot about? And give it a try. Okay, writers? And tomorrow we'll try a new strategy. Happy writing.